draft though?
I'm in a $1,500 league, man.
I thought you
I,
had already drafted in that league, but I seen in the group chat you say you
bro,
was drafting
bro.
yet
They
both
decided to
leagues.
do that shit at 8:30, bro. The order was off. I was supposed to be picking first. I was picking eight, so they had to redo the order, make it right. So we started at 9, like y'all or like
Okay.
us. So I'm like, I'm swapping back and forth between the two, and bro must have. The first fucking defense you draft, you auto draft the Bengals. I'm like, I want to make a complaint, bro. And if like, what the, like, what's like, no, seriously though, like, what's up with giving niggas the worst defense that you could give them? Like, what, what's really up with that? Oh, well, we took a need, nigga. Go get the best need available if you feel like I needed a defense, nigga. Go get the I got the Broncos defense in the other league. Consequently, hard enough.
It was a
But
nigga winning the game with no defense.
uh, you ain't gonna be winning no league with no defense. I can tell you that.
I'm talking about not winning the league, but it was a nigga that won like 1 week, like 1 or 2 weeks, no defense.
Playing
And
Super
that
Bowl.
nigga didn't play me. Cause we'd have blew him off the yeah.
Uh, that's crazy.
Pause. Me and Lil Shawty in the back talking about this, talking about that. Till it told y'all don't.
Was most of your picks in the other league? Did you have any auto picks in the other league?
I auto picked one person in the auto league, and they auto picked Bucky Irvin for me, which that was a great auto pick because I was considering it because I was watching some fantasy videos for the last couple of weeks, and they were just saying like the last 12 games of the season when they made him RB1, like he ran for like,
Skyrocketed.
come on, he ran for
He
1,200 yards,
skyrocketed.
catching it out the backfield. Nigga was just doing everything. So I got like Josh Allen. I had Bijan Robinson with my first pick, and then I had, like I said, Bucky. I had old man crew at receiver and Mike Evans and Davante Adams, but I got Ted McMillan in my flex, Sam Laporta at tight end, and Denver Broncos defense for my starters. So they ain't bad. I think Bijan legendary potential 2K season loading. At least 2,000 yards from scrimmage, easy, if super easy. Um,
Is he not the best running back in the league?
he is definitely the best running back in the league.
Okay, I thought so.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a crazy shit to say after the season
No, it's not.
Saquon
No, it's
Barkley
not.
had.
No, it's not. Not.
I would still give it to him as far as a production standpoint, but Bijan is about to take that definitive leap of being the best back in the league this
The
year.
best. LaDainian Thomas type shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I was watching some of his highlights the other day. Niggas is not fucking with LaDainian Thomason. I'm willing to go out as far as if niggas want to talk about that tonight. Top 5 running back ever. Let's argue.
Yeah, oh my lord.
I
I
wouldn't
want,
argue
I
that.
want
I'm not
that,
arguing
and
it.
I want
I'm not
that.
arguing it. I'm not arguing it.
Everything you want a running back, a catch it out the Christian McCaffrey before Christian McCaffrey, except he's actually durable, touchdown fucking machine. Anyway, yeah, don't give me hype. LT grade, man, for president.
So I wanted to have this conversation with like the fantasy Izzo. I know, and I draft last night. You had the last pick, but you got to go back to back. I outside looking in, uh, view that to be an advantage. I was talking to Shorty last year. Shorty had the first overall pick, and he was saying that like having a first overall pick is like puts you at a high disadvantage. But
I feel like it depends on the draft structure for real. Like I feel like it depends on like if you in like a snake draft because um in my other league I was picking first, but then when like it came like the end of round 2, I was like the last pick at the end of round 2, but then I was the first pick at the end of round 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really have a great plan of attack, you really can use it as an advantage because you're getting back-to-back quality picks, so which means you may have to draft something out of need that second pick because quality starts to come off the board really quick. But my ideology was I was going to use that third pick to go draft the next premium player regardless of position.
Mm-hmm.
Just the most impact player. So consequently enough, I actually drafted Bijan first. I actually went Josh Allen second, bro. Just as far as like Jaden Daniels was already off the board already. Like somebody had reached for him already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was the next go-to guy like in my league that I had a premium on. And then I got the next available best running back because I knew just from research quality running backs were going to go really early and it was going to be hard to find late value at the position. But I say this for a key, and I'm going to let you go. I feel like a key to fantasy, bro, you got to draft good rookies. And I'll leave it at that. I drafted Lad McConkey in my league last year, and he led me all the way to the finals. You know what I'm saying? He carried me a lot of weeks. And it's just about finding those diamonds in the rough. I think Ted McMillan is a prime example of that, a candidate of that. He's gonna receive a lion's share of targets. He's gonna be that. They're gonna treat him like wide receiver 1. You know, when you draft a guy, he was top 10, top 15. Ted McMillan, Panthers wide out.
Should have been first round for sure.
Yeah, he was first round for sure, top 15. So gotta draft some. You gotta project outward and draft some rookies. I have a Mecca and Guba K in both leagues. Chris Godwin is not starting the season.
At all.
And Jalen McMillan is hurt as well. He's starting at the number 2 opposite Mike Evans. Beware.
Nah, I think my draft strategy has been, I feel like if you could get at least one prolific player per position, or at least your, not even really running back, because like I had Geno Smith last year and like I won the championships. I mean, excuse me, quarterback. I had Geno Smith, so not necessarily the quarterback spot, but if you could get you like a juggernaut per position, receiver, running back, maybe have a double juggernaut with 2 running backs, um, and really fine tune your roster like week 1, week 2 with the waiver wires. For me, my strategy is like really fine tuning and like really going like it's almost like thrift shopping, like finding those really nice key pieces to just complement everything else that you got going on. So because last year I got Bucky Irvin off the waiver wires, took me to the promised land, won the championship in our league. So yeah, rookies. I know Izzo, you say rookies. I'm a waiver wires guy. Injuries as well as
I do want to point out in your point, you got a rookie off the waiver wire.
this is true.
I'm
It
just
works.
saying.
It works hand in hand. Double entendre. You did. So like so yeah. Rookie and waiver wire. And so yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited about this year. And also too, I was gonna say the reason I look in them waiver wires is because like every year you have turnover where marquee coach or marquee coordinator becomes head coach and somebody else gets you're filling in different positions. And so like it may be an up and coming booming coordinator that's using whatever player in the waiver wire to perfection and it's like turning them into an all pro guy. Man, some of the waiver wires open up in the morning. If you can snag them, go grab them. So yeah. But what's
I
your
don't think
outlook? Go ahead.
Darnell put any cap on the waiver wire, bro. I must have dropped and added 3 motherfuckers in the league already. I really don't want to say who I drafted. You can go and look and see, or who I dropped rather. Really scared of that, bro. I feel like he got a
It's scary.
potential to be. I don't even want to talk about it, but anyway, bro. Look at him as he goes. I wanted to go put somebody on my reserve, bro, but like they wouldn't let me do it. They wouldn't let me do it this early, so it's like I had to make a really tough decision, bro. I think Diggs is prone for a bounce back year as a number one option.
He really
Um,
was. I think that's a good pick. Like he was on my board too. I think I know
didn't
they're
draft him, but I got him off. I got him off waivers. You
yeah,
know,
no. You couldn't. I don't think you're
It's
supposed
a
to
it's a
draft.
it's a lot of money out there, boy.
I
A
don't think
lot
you're
of money out
supposed
there.
to draft him. Yeah,
great
nah,
value waiver wire addition, man.
yeah. I believe in Drake May, so that's why I
Okay.
think the Diggs pick is like really legit. Like bounce back year. I know they got Travion Henderson. I know Mike Vrabel could lean on the run, but like I know you pay Diggs for a reason, so I don't think that's a bad pick. I don't think that's a bad pick. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think Caleb Williams makes a leap this year due to Ben Johnson. Those last two preseason games from him looked really promising. I liked how he got rid of the ball, albeit preseason, but utilizing two tight end sets with Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, uh, tight end out of Michigan. I actually have a sneak rookie that I drafted who was available in the mid round. Tyler Warren, 6'6" tight end, 250 out of Penn State, first round pick. Um, has a chance to go be generational. Danny Dimes, aka Check Down Danny, should be dumping it off to his tight ends a lot. Um, I probably wouldn't have picked him if Anthony Richardson um, was still operating at QB. I don't know if he has a propensity to either be throwing really short or just throwing the long ball. So I don't know if tight ends really fit into that scheme of what they want to do. But I took I wouldn't even say a leap. Tyler Warren was available, man, and I went ahead and drafted him. I think that's gonna pay me some dividends, man. I think he has a potential Brock Bowers type of arc. I know that's strong words, but walk with me for a second. Have some faith.
What's your outlook on fantasy, Dacious?
Um, right now I'm kind of on a revenge tour. So, what kind of both of y'all said kind of all
Was
works.
was runner up last year, respectfully.
Yeah, man, that bullshit. But anyway, uh, what both of you guys said is kind of like a medal of both for me. I do understand that running backs go early, so you want to get you a marquee running back early. But if you can, also you want to get you somewhat of a marquee receiver as well. And then I kind of plug and play the receivers and the running backs and the flexes all throughout the year, which is kind of my plan. All throughout the year between waiver wires and what I got on the roster and who people let go, like really working it, pause, really working the game of fantasy football versus kind of like set and forget. And also, you are right, Shine Hard. It's the players that don't nobody know how they're gonna do in the league yet that really makes the difference. That kind of really like sets you apart from everybody else because you got sleepers. It's pretty much a game of sleepers, running backs, receivers, and that's pretty much it. You can get you a quarterback, a good, decent quarterback that's gonna put up numbers late in the draft. So you don't really want to waste those early picks on that. But
Well, I think it's important for anybody listening. Like if you in a league, it's important to have some adaptability with your draft plan because plan B and plan C could go out the window really quick, and you got to be ready to again go for premium, um, next man up sort of deal to you. So you may have it may call for you reaching early in order for you to secure some waning value that's leaving pretty fast.
Well, I'm not saying too late, but I am saying I'm focusing on RB1, RB2, receiver one, really before I'm looking at a quarterback or, pretty much it. It's like kind of in that flow.
I
And
I look at it like this: if you could get a dual threat quarterback who is going to give you a lot in the run game as well, as far as rushing yards and rushing TDs, I think you leap to, and you're more apt to be prone to a pretty good receiver as opposed to, oh man, he that nigga and he gonna give us a consistent output. So I think we saying the same thing. It's just
yeah, because I feel
Yeah.
like Phoenix Jr. could break out. And then whoever got him, go ahead. What you saying?
look at him. He
No.
like, you saying too much. You too loud.
So nobody that's like that's one of the guys I have on my board. But I knew sometimes, like in the first couple of rounds, you can kind of see what people's minds are at, and it's just like, all right, he's not going to get picked just because you see like the landscape like unfolding. However, to compensate for not wasting a pick on him, you just go get his number one receiver, right?
Yeah.
So like that's how I played that. And to Izzo's point, talking about plan B or C going out the window, like you got to get you went Patrick and then you went Jacobs, and I really wanted Jacobs, and I was just like, all right, let's pivot. Like
Yeah.
let's move on with life. Jacobs is going now.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of people on the board that I was like, damn, they gone already.
yo, was baby picking her own picks, or were you picking her picks?
She was. It's all her this time.
Okay, that's what's I would because I want to say maybe she had a
I
handful of
mean, of course,
auto picks.
like we lobbied and shit, but that's it.
Yeah, I was curious. I was just like, where's her picks at?
Niggas was laughing at me like, the Bengals. Who's that? Chinese? I
Tyrese,
can't I
yeah.
can't wait to play Chinese so I could smack bro by 30 and be like, the
The
Hey,
Bengals.
bro, because I was
big.
over here not for the say shit about it. I was over here not for the say shit.
Nah, bro, it was a
All I
come
saw
on,
was,
dog. Niggas gotta know me in the fifth, sixth round.
nah, nigga, I thought your ass was Adam Schefter. I said, this nigga knows something we don't know, clearly. Clearly.
But you know what? My team ended up shaping out. I think Patrick Mahomes has a resurgence. I'm talking about at least 4,500 yards. I see that, bro. I see Worthy breaking out. I see Hollywood breaking out. I see the kid that they drafted out of Utah breaking out, Jalen Royal.
Mm.
Um, Rice when he gets back from suspension, bro. Kelsey, he on his retirement tour. I ain't worried about him, but everybody else
Man,
who I
boy.
just named, bro, I'm definitely
I,
seeing it.
I've been burnt by Patrick Mahomes in fantasy, and it's funny because
It's the
like
year, baby. This the comeback year. That nigga when he come back throwing out for 5,000 again, and niggas like, damn, where that shit was. He just ain't had the pieces. He got the pieces back. We got the band back together, guys.
the boys are back in
The
town.
boys back in town.
My boy said he cut his hair too. You mean business?
Yeah, man.
Little kid from Tyler, old Tyler, Texas.
I want to rock and roll all night.
Yeah. No, for those who are tuning into this podcast for the first time, we just had a unusual introduction, just jumping straight into fantasy football talk as the NFL season week one is here. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pops. Shout out to my mama and my granny for helping raise me too. Please make sure you go follow at EMAX Stats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. We'll not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the beautiful sports world. What is a podcast without your brethren?
Big brother Iron Man tapping in. New Mike also tapping in. We're gonna get a name for it real quick. Don't worry about it. But man, football season is back upon us. One of the best times of the year, man. So get your digital wallets ready and getting ready to beat the books, baby. Let's get it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you may hail. It is I, the one and only. And on behalf of me and the gang, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. And I'm just checking in with my regular utility headphones tonight. So let's go, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our brother Black Peace, who is absent tonight. Not at full strength, but definitely gonna hold it down in his absence. Make sure y'all go follow at Black Peace. Stay tapped in with our brother. Pretty sure he'll be back next week, and we'll get his insight on this football season that is upon us. Just got through talking about fantasy, fellas. Um, Jumping straight into it, Dacius is here. Dacius, we have you on record. Insert clip here.
When Micah Parsons is done playing for the Dallas Cowboys, I am done rooting for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to say that again. When Micah Parsons, if this nigga go his whole career playing for the Cowboys, there'll never be a time I won't root for the Cowboys. But when Micah Parsons decides that he's leaving to go to another team, if and when, Lord, please don't let him want to, but if and when, I'm leaving with him.
Micah is gone. He's been traded to the Green Bay Packers. With that statement that you made a few weeks back, we are revisiting it now. The worst has happened. Do you still hold those words to be true in your heart at this point in time, with Michael Parsons no longer being with the Dallas Cowboys?
No. And the reason why I say that is because I have really chosen to really not care about them like in public, like to the public eye.
Closet
But
fan, got it.
when I'm like just me by myself on the road, you know what I'm
You put
saying?
you punch in the
At the
air.
crib. Oh yeah, at the crib, I'm you know what I mean? So yeah. If I'm just gonna be honest, I'm gonna be honest about it because I got a save face, do a little damage control, and we'll see, bro. Because I could I could be right in the position that I need to be in if they because if they lose to the Eagles, right? Like I'm right where I need to be. Like I ain't fucking with them, right? So yeah, yes and no to answer the question. And the reason why I say that is because I have my reservations about everything. Now that reports have come out and I've been able to kind of do my own research and, kind of understand the grand scheme of it all, the big picture of this particular situation, more than just my emotions to Jerry Jones and the team. I have my reservations. So, which leads me to say that now publicly, like them niggas suck, and I right now I'm gonna be all right, not rooting for niggas that really suck for real. You know what I'm saying? And privately, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My heart is where my heart is, and that's just how that is. I can't help it. We got a game in like literally 2 days. Sorry, they got a game in 2 days. So, yeah, that's that. And I wish Michael Parsons all the best and go Cowboys.
So this is the conversation that I've seen come across my timeline, um, as to whether or not y'all may not miss Michael Parsons. I would like to know if y'all agree with this. The Dallas Cowboys struggle egregiously with stopping the run.
Yep.
Michael Parsons' specialty is pass rushing, not stopping the run.
Yep.
Teams, when running the ball, are running it on Michael Parsons' side because they know that's not his strength. That being said, if you have a problem stopping the run and a quote unquote marquee player that is not his strength in stopping the run on the defensive side of the ball, should he truly be missed if he can't fill the void for the team's weakness? To that, y'all say what?
I think it's more than just stopping the run. I think um, it inserts a certain type of confidence into the defense to have Michael Parsons on the field as well. And I feel like you can't take that away from it. Though it wasn't very much confidence because they still were poor, but it's a different defense when Michael Parsons on the field. And we're not going to just say because they figured out a football schematic to beat the Cowboys that Michael Parsons is not Michael Parsons, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like top tier. You know what I'm saying? There's, Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, TJ Watt, and some would argue Michael Parsons. So yeah, he's to be missed simply because of the mystique that he brings to the defense. Well, not mystique, that edge that he brings to the defense. But
I
long
just
term, I guess it makes sense long term.
I just think fundamentally the Cowboys aren't built to stop the run. If you look at them, they're very much so a finesse style of defense. They have a lot of players that play below weight in
Yeah, they're
regards to
not
like
beef. They're not
league
beef.
average. They don't have a very stout defensive line. They don't have really stout linebackers. They have a lot of fast defensive linemen. They have a lot of fast linebackers. They have a lot of athletic corners and athletic safeties that get a lot of picks and turn the ball over. But when it comes to
Smash mouth football.
the very essence of football, tackling and breaking tackles, like they
Bro,
can't
I used to
tackle
say,
people.
sorry to cut you off, bro. But I used to say this game after game for like literally 8 weeks straight. How in the F do we have a team that can't run the ball and can't stop the run? I said, we got a team that can't run the ball, can't stop the other team from running the ball.
You begging to lose. You
We
you
watch.
putting your offense at a disadvantage every single time. You putting it on Dak Prescott's shoulders, and you know he's not a clutch quarterback. You know what I mean? You put him in a bind every single week to go be Superman, and he ain't. You know, he ain't.
Yeah, don't get me started. I digress.
um, I would like to know you fellas division pick winners coming into this season. We're gonna start with the AFC East, the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. I got the Bills. I don't see why I should change that.
The Bills playing who?
Bills,
Saturday.
Dolphins. It's the
Bills,
division.
Bills, Dolphins,
Oh,
Patriots,
you
Jets.
you talking about for AFC East?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Do you think the Dolphins
man,
care?
I actually I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
I like that. I'm not mad at that pick.
I'm gonna
I'm
pick
not
the
mad at that pick.
Patriots because I think Mike Vrabel brings back that fundamental element, and we talk about fundamental tonight being a key word. That fundamental element of football, of being smash mouth, of let's line up. We're gonna block people off the ball, and we're gonna tackle well, right? And I think with the addition of Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State, national champion running back, in addition of Stephon Diggs, albeit off an ACL, I think they're gonna have enough offensively to keep the chains moving. I think a year better of Drake May um, is gonna just do wonders as far as his development and just consistency, being able to lean on a guy like Diggs. And I think they have a couple other young guys on the roster that I think will benefit from having a guy take away coverage from them. Um, so I just it's a splash pick, it's a little it's a little
If you
fancy, but I can see it happening.
if you pick them Izzo going winning the AFC East, how many wins would you put on them to have this season?
I don't want them to do too good because they are still in the AFC. So I want to I want to slow down like with the expectation that I think they're gonna be this elite team. So I want to preface my pick with this. My dark horse pick to win AFC East is the Patriots. My sound mind and body and judgment says the Buffalo Bills, but I can see a path where the Patriots are just playing really good, inspired football under new coaching, and just really having a chance because I think Gerard Mayo was shit show, man. He kind of lost the locker room with, kind of the comments he was making in the media. So it was just a tough situation. But Vrabel is a player's coach, and he knows how to get guys to rally. So those Titans teams back when Derrick Henry was on them were very tough outs in the playoffs because they ran the ball well and they played really sound, good fundamental defense. So I think that's gonna have a chance. I think that's definitely gonna have a chance in any game if you can run the ball and play good defense and then play action off of it. So I think they got the tools to do that.
Yeah, Pats had 4 wins last season. I give them way more than that.
Yeah, I got them at least getting 7 wins. At least with my sound body and sound mind judgment. But my dark horse pick would have them around, I would say, word or best come to best, they can have 11 wins if it looks really good this season. Like 11 wins is like the very best.
AFC North, your Ravens, your Bengals,
Buffalo. I
Browns,
got
and
Buffalo going.
Steelers.
Yeah, that's who's
I
gonna
am
win.
so sorry. I'm so
Buffalo definitely
sorry.
gonna win. He gonna
I'm
definitely
so
win the
sorry, dog.
AFC East. So it's okay. It's okay. This is my role on this podcast, and I
I,
respect the game.
I
Let's just keep
apologize.
let's keep it going. Let's keep the party going.
I didn't mean to disrespect you, bro. I'm sorry.
No. Y'all got in a really good banter about.
This is Disrespect the Game podcast.
It's
And I know
like I'm
the
not here.
AFC is, yeah. I say, yeah, nah, they need to talk about that AFC over there because the Texans is over there. So I didn't let y'all have it. But when you carried on, I was like, yeah, Buffalo,
Them
come
two.
on, Bills, them old millionaires over there.
Oh man, ballpark dog. Nations, AFC North, Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. Who do you have, and do
Nah,
you have
don't
a
try to
potential
put me
dark
in
horse?
the part of the rotation. You let me think about my people and y'all do y'all shit.
You rock my
So
mind.
it's easy to go Ravens, but one thing I'll be paying extreme attention to, considering the preseason talk when Jamar Chase is basically just saying, "Hey, we've had these slow starts recently, and it's all been predicated from us not getting our feet wet, getting in a rhythm in the preseason. Maybe if we plan in the preseason, that puts us in a better position going into the season to be able to have faster starts as opposed to after the first month of the season, we already playing behind the 8 ball. So understanding, I believe the Bengals come out with a strong sense of urgency like no other. And that could potentially lead them to be clicking on all cylinders extremely, extremely early. So I'm going to say I would not be surprised if the Bengals come out red hot and create enough separation for themselves to win the division.
Wow. That's very bold. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Ravens still take that division. I just don't see. Again, man, the Bengals didn't show me anything. You want to talk about preseason? They haven't given me any indicators that they can stop the run at all. That defense is still going to be porous. They're going to be in many shootouts. It's a good thing that they got some practice early. I just don't see it, man. The Ravens aren't going anywhere. I believe that defense only got better with them picking up Malachi Starks at the end of the first round. Great pick for them. Safety, hybrid safety corner out of Georgia. I just think, already with Kyle Hamilton, being they just renewed his contract. I think he just got an extension, making him like the highest paid DB in the league right now currently. So
And
I
then
just
they picked up Jair too, I believe, right?
they did. I believe he may be hurt right now, but I just think the world of that defense as far as like that division is concerned. And I know the Steelers made an acquisition of Jalen Ramsey, and they've been playing him at the safety position. And that could be really intriguing. But I'm still gonna take that Ravens defense, man. I think the division gonna run through them. We didn't even talk about the offense yet, but they got watch out for their running back that got hurt. I think his name is Keaton. I believe his last name is some along those lines. He got injured. I think he tore his ACL last year, but he was a really explosive, dynamic, like scat back for the Ravens. That was a really good complimentary to Derrick Henry. Watch out for him to be a difference maker for that team. Keaton, I believe his name is Keaton Mitchell, if I'm not mistaken. Keep me honest on that. It
The
don't
Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and who else?
Uh, Ravens,
Steelers.
Bengals, Browns,
Steelers.
Steelers.
Damn, Steelers fell so far from grace. Y'all didn't even mention them niggas.
They got Arthur Smith as their offensive coordinator, and he's a guy that is known to be very tight end centric, very running back centric, very play action centric. So I'm not really high on their offense being really explosive. Yeah, they got a dynamic number one outside in DK, but I don't really believe in what they got going, man.
Is the curse, not the curse, is the streak broken this year for the Steelers in terms of making the playoffs under Mike Tomlin?
I think that nigga still find a way to make it, bro.
Yeah, that shit funny. Win the division. I'm gonna go with Burrow and them boys. Mm,
Joey Crack.
no, I take that back. I'm
No.
going Baltimore. Yeah,
Baltimore.
no, no. Roquan Smith is
Lamezy.
on the other side. I'm not
Yeah.
going against Roquan Smith in no
Yes,
category.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Lamar Jackson, the quarterback of the offense is Lamar Jackson. The quarterback of the defense is Roquan Smith. I'm going Baltimore.
Oh my, oh my.
um,
Yes, sir.
AFC South, I think it's pretty evident who's winning that division.
Yeah, man. I'm just reading your head, baby. It's an H-Town world. You dig what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
713 is Slab Classic.
Yeah, you did. You did. Um, who could be a runner? Who do y'all think will be the runner-up in this division?
Who cares? No trophy for number 2, baby. Only number 2 gets shitted on. You dig?
First person to lose, buddy. First person to lose.
Yes, sir.
To talk about our Texans, right? We are literally at the bottom of the league when we talk about solid front offensive line stature. Our offensive line is depleted, and for me, I think about this in a way of like, all right, we don't have an offensive line. That is either going. I pray that doesn't result in.
We do have a really revamped offensive line, bro. We have Titus Howard kick back out to his rightful spot at tackle. We got Irsay, the rookie, who won its job. We got a new center and a new guard who won the job on some guys that they brought in, Lakeland Tomlinson, I believe. So I wanna give us some. I want to be optimistic first before we send us to hell before we play a game. I would like to be optimistic first.
That's fair. That's fair. For the split second of us to rid away, or at least me, for the split second to rid away the Houston Texans biasness. Like I say, looking at most bottom of the league in terms of maybe like top 5 worst offensive lines compared to the other league. Yes, we may have been better compared to last year, but we're not definitely not even the top or middle of the pack in terms of like ranked strong offensive lines. Speaking from that point of
We
view.
ain't playing no games yet. I ain't worried about the preseason ranks.
That's fair. But just indulge me for a sec. If that were to be the case,
Okay.
and our offensive line isn't as strong as we would like for it to be, I feel like that could still work in a way where though the circumstances may not be perfect, it could bring out the best in CJ Stroud for us to be able to see how great he truly is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's just like, yeah, he don't have an offensive line, but he has to be quicker with his reads. He has to be able to be more mobile and escape, you know what I'm saying, pressure. Um, and if our offensive line isn't great, I think that would also result in us not having a strong run game. I don't know if y'all agree or disagree with that. And so the ball would have to be placed in CJ Stroud's hands to make quick decisions with the ball. And I feel like it could be a benefit of CJ for us to really see him put the team on his back. I don't want him to injure himself putting the team on his back, but that's just, I guess, the optimism I'm looking at it from with us appearing not to have one of the elite offensive lines. Is like, hey, CJ could still make this work. I think about Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl against the Bucks, where it's just like he's out there running for his life. He's out there like John Wicking the ball, diving across the field, flinging it, and everybody's like, "Yo, this dude is playing out of his mind." Like, you know what I'm saying, under the circumstances, obviously, even though they lost. And I believe in CJ Stroud enough to be able to overcome a depleted offensive line. Our defense is already one of the top defenses in the league. And if CJ Stroud could bandage the offensive line, assuming it may not be a top elite offensive line, I think we see CJ Stroud take a leap, an even bigger leap this year compared to last year.
Definitely could see CJ making a huge leap in his junior season if we doing the third year as an analogy in that way. But I just think better weapons at the receiver position and the drafting of Jalen Noel, who was a combine standout, doing a lot of reps, bench press, and just having an overall good receiver gauntlet. We drafted another Iowa State alum in Jaden Higgins, big body receiver, pro comp Mike Evans, a good 50-50 ball guy, be able to, give us some vertical, threat down the field in regards to jump balls and those contested catches in traffic. So I'm excited. And then you got the definitive number one guy over there, the X12, get up. You know what I'm saying? My boy Nico. So I just think um we're gonna have something to prove overall as an offense. I think CJ is motivated, not a lot of interviews and appearances on podcasts and shows this summer. And then we got a motivated 29-year-old Nick Chubb, man, who never talks, who just, puts his head down and works. So I'm excited to see what that'll look like until Joe Mixon can come back healthy. But I also like what we did, I believe, in the third or fourth round, drafting Woody Marks out of USC, a fifth-year guy who had his fifth year at USC, actually got his master's while he was at USC. So very cerebral, football guy. If I know anything about Nick Caserio, he loves cerebral, football-minded guys. So I just think we're going to have an abundance of talent, along with Nick Caley being a new OC, giving CJ more responsibility at the line and really giving him the reins to make those in-game adjustments and checks and audibles at the line that, the other guy, we won't even say his name, just didn't kind of give CJ the opportunity to do. So, excited to see it.
What you got on the AFC Salvations?
Texans.
Say less. Say less.
Good man.
AFC West, man. AFC West. You got your Broncos, your Chiefs, your Chargers, your Raiders. I would assume this being a bounce back year for Patrick Mahomes, like Izzo said, that would mean by default the Chiefs take this division. Is that where you're going, Izzo?
Not necessarily. Now, I think it's going to be a lot to ask of that defense to still be elite. I don't think they have nearly as many pieces as they did in the previous years. I think the door is slightly ajar for the Denver Broncos, who
Shout out,
made
Bo.
a lot of great acquisitions defensively in the offseason, that being Dre Greenlaw, former linebacker of the San
From the
Francisco
Niners.
49ers. Yeah. And then, them drafting pretty well and them already having the top 3 offensive line unit in the league, man. And Bo Nix showing that he's, I think, a taller, more athletic, dare I say,
Peyton Manning.
value version of Drew Brees. Just as
Mm.
far as how he throws the football and just the intellect he plays with in and out of Sean Payton's offense, which is a really, really complicated offense to grasp. And I just think he's gonna get better, man. I think what we saw last year was a really good rookie season for Bo Nix. And I think they're really gonna surprise a lot of people in that AFC West. I think like Sedacious says, Xavier, Javier, whichever one you want to use, depending on the day, Miles. Uh, I like the Javier part, but that's neither here nor there. But I think Bo Nix got a chance to be one of the ones, dog. I really do. So
Yeah.
I actually foresee the AFC West not being a total domination by the Chiefs. I see them being in contentions down the stretch. I think the Chiefs maybe could overcome them in the end, but I definitely see 2 playoff teams within that division at least for sure. AFC is a fucking gauntlet, man. It is
Bro,
no.
the
I'm talking about,
AFC is like the Western Conference of the
and that ain't
NBA.
to shit on the NFC because obviously they the reigning Super Bowl champions over there. So the NFC in the last incoming years has kind of stepped up a little bit. I think the NFC East is kind of coming back to prominence as being one of the more competitive divisions. I think they've had a revolving door in their divisional title champions each year, and I think that has a case to be the same this year with probably the Commanders looking to probably maybe take a hold of that. But I think the Eagles still have a great team on offensive defense, so they'll have something to say about that. But I think it's just a lot of good I think the league is just in a really good place all around. I think it's a lot of really good teams, and I think it should be some good competition this year.
I'm a
I'm going
t-
Broncos.
yeah, I think I was gonna go Broncos too. I think
Okay, we all in agreement.
at what point do and the Broncos winning the division doesn't necessarily mean the Chiefs struggle. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Right.
I think I'm high on Bo Nix coming into this season. Um, yeah, I don't see him regressing in any way, shape, or form. I think it's only going to like continue to like get better with time. You talk about the pieces that they added on defense. The defense is solid, and you got an emerging quarterback who can get the ball where it needs to get to, and he's also mobile. Um, Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos. Um, if you, it's so easy to pick the Chiefs, right? But it's just like, all right, at what point do they start to like just not be as great as they always are in the regular season. Like it went 15
I've
and
been
2 last
saying it,
year.
bro. Mahomes is the new Brady, bro, and I think they gonna
Yeah.
really lean. I think this is gonna be the year where you see a dynamic shift where they were kind of led by the defense the last couple of years. They're gonna be led by that offense again. I'm telling you. I got a feeling Mahomes got a 5,000 yard season up his sleeve, if not something really close to it.
Okay. Um, yeah, bookmark that as I said it here first. NFC East. So they says you have to take this one away, bro. You have to go first on this.
To win the
No.
division,
Yeah, to win the division. NFC East, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders.
can I check this out?
Nah, nah. Nah, man. The people want
The,
to hear from you, bro.
the truth shall set you free.
Well, I guess as a fan, of course, I gotta say the Cowboys, but
Nah,
it's
you're not
true.
a fan no more, bro.
Oh, right. Well, as a longtime fan,
Yeah, at least not in
before
public.
I have to say the Cowboys, but just pure analytics, I don't, I don't, I really don't see how the Eagles is not gonna win another Super Bowl for real. So that's where I'm at with that. But we'll see. I could be tripping. We'll see.
In the playoffs, they blew the doors off of the Commanders. Do we see the Commanders have a chip on their shoulder coming into this
It's
season?
it's
And
it's it's, it's really a lot of teams in the league that can't do nothing with them for real. And when the team is like that, they get like that Golden State type, that Miami Heat type, that Lakers 01, 02 type. You know what I mean? It'd be like that.
dollar question. Let's say Saquon Barkley gets hurt and has to miss substantial amount of time. Do y'all still see them being the team to beat in the league without Saquon?
Yeah,
I think their
they got Nick
offensive line
Sirianni as the
has
head coach.
proven. Yeah, I don't think he gets enough credit as a head coach, and I just think that offensive line is proven enough. They had Miles Sanders he rushed for over 1,100 yards behind that offensive line, so
That's a
I think
great
they'll
point.
be set. So if you want to go off history, analytics and the numbers would say that after you rush for 2,000 yards as a running back that following season, he'll be lucky to eclipse 900 yards. So although, but that's because everybody else wasn't following behind an offensive line like that. I don't see him rushing for 2,000 yards again, but ain't no way in hell he don't get at least, if he stays healthy, ain't no way he ain't getting at least 1,400 yards. He's just that good. Like,
Mhm.
he was getting 12 and 1,300 yards behind a horrible offensive line up in New York. It,
And
you
it's
just got
like
to
he's
show me.
like,
You just got to
you're
show
gonna be
me.
scared every time. You're gonna be scared every time. Both their backs, you're gonna be scared every time. And then they got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, all these other niggas. Bro, that's just not fair. And then you got Dallas Goddard. That's just, it's not fair. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm trying to figure out how these niggas gonna do it Thursday. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, oh, y'all still can't stop the run, huh? Oh, y'all still can't run the ball, huh? All right.
Yeah, nah, Thursday is lit. Me and cause obviously like I'm here and out here with my daddy back in Houston. And so like we don't get to watch games together, especially like not the Texans games. Like we don't get to watch games together. So like him being here now is like, oh, we get to catch Thursday night football. And I want to say maybe Friday night too, if I'm not mistaken.
In Brazil,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like,
the
oh, that's what's
Chiefs
up. We
versus the
get to
Chargers or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we get the me and my pops, we definitely excited. We get to actually watch a game together because we ain't did that in a while.
Oh yeah, brother. Uh, I got a workload on me tomorrow. I'm gonna drive my ass off just to sit down somewhere.
Okay, so next up, NFC North. Your Bears, your Lions, your Packers, your Vikings. I got I think I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Same. I'd like to go Bears. I don't have as much stock in Caleb Williams yet, yet. So I gotta go. I gotta go with the team that looks the most bona fide. Yeah.
What do you make of what do you make of with the Vikings? JJ McCarthy coming on after torn meniscus his rookie year. I feel like this is all again a rookie year for him. I feel like he has to play catch up, right? What do you make of that dynamic and Justin Jefferson? We've seen Justin Jefferson be great no matter who the quarterback is, right? But does Justin Jefferson production take a does his production decrease due to JJ McCarthy having to go through the learning curve of being a rookie? Or will JJ McCarthy prove to be the safety blanket that every air quote rookie quarterback could dream of? How do you see that?
That, my good brother, all depends on the quarterback himself. Because as we seen, Jaden Daniels came out and nobody missed production nowhere. So if CJ Stroud came out, and too many people miss production nowhere. So it just kind of depends on the person is if they got it or if they don't. Um, since he got hurt, he should have been able to study, right? And studying and rehabbing. And then once he got better, working out, running drills, doing what he got to do, what I'm saying, to get that timing down. Right now, of course, you got preseason to help you with game speed, and hopefully that's enough. Only time will tell when they turn the lights on and it's your time to go. I've always felt like that always depended upon the next man that's actually up, right? Because we've seen a lot of next men up who, you know what I mean? They do their shit. But we've also seen a lot of next men up who are liabilities, and now we throwing the ball his way for the rest of the game. So it just all depends on. But if I'm gonna be honest, just knowing football and defensive schemes, mm, yeah, I say yeah, because it's gonna take them a while to get the timing down, especially with in-game adjustments, understanding what the defense is trying to do to them, and then producing. With with Kirk Cousins, it's like and Sam Darnold, it was like no problem, easy. These niggas been they veterans, so we'll see. So I feel.
NFC South, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, the Bucks. Do you think I want to go Falcons? I want
Me
to
too.
go I want to go Falcons. Bijan, I strongly believe in Michael Penix Jr. Um, yeah, buying a lot of stock in him. Um, look for Drake London to be a premier guy, uh, more than he's been in previous years due to Michael Penix. Um, I really, really, really want to pick the Atlanta Falcons. I know some people will still want to lean towards the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have lost their offensive coordinator from last year. He took the head coaching job with the Jaguars. don't know what that dynamic will continue to look like without the OC. Um, and so yeah, but I feel like, bro, you got your core, you got your requisite pieces in place. Like the time is now. I feel like winning the division would be a big goal for them. Obviously, I don't think they won in the Super Bowl or anything like that, but to win the division, you start there, you in the playoffs. Like I said, you got your young pieces, Michael Penix, Drake London, Bijan. Like what Ty Tribbett say? No better time than right now. No better time than now. Well, you the turn. Uh, but yeah, they just I don't know how much stock you want to put in the Falcons, but I feel like why are they not going to try to go out, or why are they not going to win the division this season? Go
I
ahead, go
mean,
ahead. I'm sorry.
you pretty much spelled it the best way you can spell it. They got those marquee pieces, and I feel like within that division, they may have the better defense. So we'll see. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, man.
I like the Falcons, and they looked good last year. It's just they fell a little short.
Lastly, we have the NFC West, the Cards, the Rams, the Niners, the Seahawks. I feel like this is a toss up because obviously, I mean, I don't think nobody thinks Seattle Seahawks are about to win the division. The Cardinals, man. And I feel like you look at the Rams just trying to figure out this Matthew Stafford situation. Don't believe I could be wrong, but I don't believe he's done any preseason reps. Um, they are champions. McVay being there, they had a championship pedigree. And then you look at the San Francisco 49ers, they struggled last season. Trying to think. I know we was talking earlier. They lost Greenlaw. I'm not sure how many other pieces to their defense that they've lost. They paid Purdy a lot of money. They cashed Purdy out. That's their guy moving forward. Whether you deem him a manager, a game manager, a game changer, that's their guy moving forward. The receiving core, I know. No, they got Jennings. I don't know if it was Jennings. I don't think it was Jennings. It was somebody else. I can't think of their name right now. Forgive me, audience. But I don't know if anybody would disagree with this, but the best receiver they have right now is George Kittle. Is there anybody out there willing to dispute that or feel like that's a blasphemy take?
Is Christian McCaffrey not their best receiver?
Oh, you would go C
Nah,
Mac.
you're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I can't even respect my boy like that. Yeah, nah, George Kittle is the best receive hands guy that they have.
That's there. I just want to look at the Niners receiving core real quick on for the wide receivers. Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Marquez Valdez Scantley. Like that's their receiving core. Brandon Ayuk is out. They got Sky Moore. So yeah, like I feel like the main guy is like George Kittle. Don't know if one would deem that to be a blasphemous comment. And just with how much they struggle, you get Christian McCaffrey back. You would like to believe C-Mac is going to return to like rare form, but it's an Achilles injury. Will he actually ever be the same? Does he have another 1,000 yards in him? Uh, or could he put together flirt with 15 to 200 yards combined, through receiving and rushing yards? I don't know, bro. That's a toss up for me. That's a toss
I was
up.
just going to say that. It's a Either one of them could win, but I'm gonna go with Coach Johnson and say 49ers.
Oh, Kyle Shanahan. Shout out Christian. Shout out my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Shanahan. I'm pretty sure he'll love to hear that. But all right, so um, but you talk about receiving core, the Rams. Obviously, you got Puka. They let go of Cooper. You went to go get
Davante.
Davante. You went to go get Davante. You got Kyron Williams. Again, the Matthew Stafford thing is in question in terms of his health, his durability. I don't know. And here's another question I would like to ask y'all. I would lean on y'all football knowledge. When do we start to deem Davante Adams old and no longer elite? And the reason I ask that is from the standpoint of I paid attention to how the media scrutiny, I don't know if you want to call it scrutiny, but when DeAndre Hopkins left the Houston Texans, people talked about him as if he was like his poor and of no more use. And I was just like, what am I not understanding or seeing that, like, that people are like writing DeAndre Hopkins off? And I'm not even trying to be like a homer, like, oh man, he gonna always be a Texan. But it's just like, I personally felt like folk just like randomly woke up and was just like, yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, she's washed, get him out of here. And I was just like, all right, if that's how we're gonna treat Hopkins, at what point does Davante Adams start to get that type of attention in terms of just being watched, jumping from team to team, yada yada yada?
I'm glad that you asked this question because I like to. I've thought about this before, and I like to offer an ideology or what I like. I guess I say whatever, an idea of sort. So I feel like people on the inside of the NFL who get to mingle with these players, they know something or they get to feel their real personality. And it's some stuff that we don't know, right? Like these people get to go on the internet and they get to make their gripes on the internet about these people and their personalities when really they just play football. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like if you are nice, if you like go along, like you can play in the NFL like secretly, quietly, and people will just be like, "Oh yeah, he's great. He's just a legend. Like leave him alone." Right? But if you like an asshole, you know what I'm saying? If you like got that kind of standoffish personality, it's almost like you don't last for some reason, or like, or maybe you like a quote unquote a real nigga or something. Because I don't understand it neither. Bro, Larry Fitzgerald played for years, and we ain't say nothing. We ain't say nothing, right? But I don't know, bro. I think because I thought about this before. I think it just depends on the personality of the person. Because I think Devontae Adams is not Julio Jones to where however Julio Jones was to people, Devontae Adams is not. And so they still giving him chances. But at the same time, though, I think Devontae Adams was way better than Julio Jones to me. Right. So now I feel like the reason Devontae Adams can't be called old is because he might have lost half of a step. He has not lost a full step just yet. Me personally, watching him play football, you can still use him. He's still a valuable weapon amongst all the receivers that you got. You know what I'm saying? You still take Devontae Adams,
Mhm.
and then you know Matthew Stafford throwing to him. He's accurate. So if the ball can actually get thrown to Devontae, maybe he'll catch it. Maybe he's with the right system and the right quarterback, and he has Puka Nakua on the other side just kind of a little decoy.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, it is
I'm
something
still going San Fran.
Yeah, I could go either or. It wouldn't make me know. Never mind. I wouldn't feel like worldly confident in either or because I just feel like it's a coin toss. Um, who you got winning the MVP this year, Dacius?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
They, I stand to they get off to a hot start. They find a way to make the playoffs, steal the division. Joey Crack MVP.
Mm, that's a good one. It's a really good one.
I don't think the media. This is just my theory. I don't think the media will respect Lamar enough anymore to give him MVP until he wins the Super Bowl.
Right, right. Uh, I don't know. I can't. I really can't call it right now. I guess give me like 2, 3 weeks and we'll see.
uh, MVP is over.
MVP this year, I would say, mm, man, this is tough. I'm actually gonna say my heart want to say C.J. Stroud after they have a great season and he leading the 12-5, 4,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, 8 picks. Um, but I think it's lining up perfectly for uh, potentially Jaden Daniels to maybe go out and win it. But I think that sophomore slump could be real. It could definitely be real. I think this is the year, man. Patrick Mahomes gotta if he go out there and put up numbers, bro, he's gonna have a chance. He's gonna get some MVP votes. I think he's been forgotten, and I think this is the season where he gets his second MVP.
Mm-hmm. Or does he have? Or would it be his third?
I got it. I'm just gonna go. I'm going with this. I got to, and it's gonna be crazy at the end of the year. Some other shit happen, but I'm gonna say maybe Jalen Hurts.
Mm. I feel like that would mean a lot of change towards their offense.
Yeah, I feel like though he ain't got the best arm talent, the fact that his the way he works the system of his team could be enough, especially with the success that they have off the back end of a Super Bowl. I think he
Mahomes
could do it.
two-time MVP is so if he went out this year, this would be his third if he balled out and won this year.
Yeah, that's just the easy pick right there. You know what I'm saying? You can say that, and it's a 50% chance that that'll happen.
I think it's a narrative to be had for that, and I also think, um, I'm telling you, man, I think so strongly about CJ having such a bounce back year. He's gonna be back in those MVP talks. Um,
And it's crazy that you say bounce back year because I don't feel like the bounce back had nothing to do with him and
It
everything to
didn't
do with
have
the
anything to do
injury.
with him, so I want to add
Yeah.
context to that. It didn't have anything to do with him. It had everything to do with our receiving core being depleted and our O line being banged up. So you know, I think it's a clear path and a narrative there for him to really rise back to prominence and to be one of those media darling top 7 quarterbacks in the league, and you know, I think take us to where we haven't been, and that's the AFC Championship.
Who do y'all have for rookie of the year? Offensive rookie of the year.
Genty.
Of course, easy. Like, come on.
I think a dark horse could be if we look for them to improve and you talk about Mike Vrabel, I think a dark horse could be Henderson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I could see him getting like 300 carries and maybe
yeah, I think
1,200
Travion could
yards.
definitely be a dark horse for me as opposed to just I mean, let's see what Genty do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking nothing from him, but I just think a dark horse that ain't nobody thinking about that you could be like, damn, okay, all right. Damn, all right. Um yeah, Travion Henderson. Um Defensive rookie of the year. The odds right now you got on the board, you got Abdul Carter, you got Mike Green, you got Jalen Walker, you got Mikael Williams, you got Jahad Campbell, of course, Travis Hunter. Um, Real quick, Travis Hunter. I don't know what y'all expectations.
I don't think he plays enough snaps to win either award, to be honest.
1010% is
I
where I
think
was going. I feel like it's a matter of,
he is
and
on
this
worst
is
enemy in that regard because he's just gonna be stretched too thin.
And it's not about trying to limit your capability and say you can't be great on both sides, Travis. It's just a matter of being real about the durability and the 200x time percent chance of you being injured. And if they're putting you in packages for defense and maybe packages for offense, like Izzo say, the snaps are not going to be there. That's one. And then two, I think maybe after this season or maybe in the middle of this season, you have a real sit down conversation with yourself or your immediate circle and have that tough conversation of maybe less is more for the betterment of not just my stats but also my pockets, because once you go into negotiations and you got a limited snap counts on defense and limited snap counts on offense, that could work against you in the negotiation. So I feel like maybe at some point he has to have that conversation of like, bro, like less is more. And whether that's a 90% reps on offense and 10% reps on defense or vice versa. Um, but to Izzo's point, I don't think he gets that opportunity to do due to him being specialized in packages and you know what I'm saying, just not having those reps on either side of the ball to like and really hone in on being like for people to be able to like, damn, Trevor's really making an impact on offense. So he's really making an impact on defense. Like I think the quote unquote packages that people are planning for him to be put in is like not gonna like serve him well to like really spread his wings, so to speak. Like I say, it just might be a matter of like less is more for Travis at some point this season or going into next season. Oh, that's
Well, I think they're gonna realize that that nigga's a better DB than anything, and keep him back there. And then, but I
They,
still don't
I feel
feel
like
like
they
it's
too
gonna stop.
invested in the development of Trevor Lawrence, where they gonna just he gonna be so selfish and just want him on offense. So it's gonna I feel like be a detriment to him, but not to his own fault. But
Let's hope. Let's hope
J-
not.
jack of all trades, master of none, man.
yeah, yeah. May have to pick one, Travis. May have to pick one, dog. Uh, NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Somebody on here who got the highest odds, and I don't think he's coming close to winning it this year. They got Micah at plus 500.
I'm going Miles Garrett again.
Miles Garrett again. Hey, I don't know if y'all seen what I had sent in the group chat. I don't know if it's true, so this is just speculation at this point if it's not true. But like apparently like Micah got some type of injury to where like he needs an epidural shot to be able to play through it.
He has a
It ha-
sprain between his L4 and L5 vertebrae region in his back, and they trying to gauge whether or not if he's gonna need the epidural shot to play in the game this upcoming week. And it's just depending on how he feel. I don't think it's nothing Ain't nothing major, man. It ain't no structural damage. It's just like a sprain that he had already really been sitting out a few weeks for. So with the back, and don't nothing heal it except time. Ain't nothing you can do to really rush it.
Right on, man. Super Bowl picks. Do y'all want to just like who y'all think gonna win, or do y'all want to give who meets who? Which two teams are gonna meet in the Super Bowl?
I think it's gonna be a rematch.
Same
No,
result.
no. 'Cause no. I can say that Denver wins the division and still say it'll be a rematch.
Same result.
Yeah.
Oh no, bro. I don't know if Patrick going out like that, bro. If it's a rematch, I don't know if Patrick going out like that.
I don't know. Hey, well, you know what? Let me not pick the winner yet. Let me just say rematch. Because let me pick the winner at the end when it's looking how it's looking at the end. But
I
yeah,
think Ravens and Eagles, or the Bird Bowl, as you would call it, or maybe I can see a potential rematch, but think that script gonna script this year. I think I think Lamar or Josh finally break through, and I want to say it's probably Lamar based on the Ravens defense. I'm gonna give that defense a slight edge, and I just think they just run the ball in the playoffs and they just run it down people's throat, and they only throw when they have to, and they say enough is enough, and I feel like maybe they finally get there, but I don't know, man. It's too tough to call. My verdict's still out. My verdict's still out. I may come back after week one with a definitive prediction.
Yeah, nah, Ravens, Bills, and Eagles are like all kind of like even odds amongst one another to win the Super Bowl, and right behind them are the Chiefs. Um, I feel like the Ravens. I know it sounds crazy to say, bro, but like, at what point do you like? This needs to be the time. Like again, no better time than now. Shout out to Ty Tribbett for you to what? For you to win the Super Bowl,
No time
Baltimore,
like the present.
bro. So, um, and I call me crazy, but I feel like Harbaugh has to be on the hot seat this season because, like, as a GM, how much more am I supposed to give you for you to keep falling short? Like, at some point, we
I
gotta
mean, they made it to the
evaluate if
AFC Championship game, so I don't think that nigga on the hot seat, bro. Like, I just think he's too good of a coach. Um, if they make it to the AFC Championship again, I don't see a world where he gets fired, where somebody's because essentially you would be hiring somebody to win the Super Bowl at that point, and then at that point, no amount of success will be good enough. So you kind of put a unrealistic expectation on the next person coming in. So I just don't think that's real. Who is on the hot seat though? I will say for somebody who definitely on the verge of losing their job, Brian Daboll for the New York Giants, definitely on the hot seat. Got your quarterback of the future. You've been having losing seasons. They ain't gonna have too much more grace. Got to make something happen right now and give us some promise moving forward. If not, this needs to be in the form of either a wild card berth or a very competitive 8-9 record. You know, and Jackson Dart looking really promising. Something along those lines to kind of swing management to still believe, because you didn't had your chances, buddy. And I think they wrapping up.
uh real quick. NFC odds favor the Eagles to win it with minus 145. Commanders are plus 210. NFC West odds. The Niners are favored to win with plus 150. Rams right behind them with plus 200. NFC North, uh, I believe, yeah, I said the Lions, but the Packers are favored at plus 170. They got the best odds to win. Lions right behind them with plus 185. NFC South, Buccaneers at minus 115 to win, with the Falcons right behind them at plus 220. Falcons, man, why not y'all, bro? AFC East, Bengals minus 300 to win. AFC West, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes throwing for nearly 5,000 yards. They favored at 115 to win the AFC West, with the Broncos right behind them. I wouldn't say right behind them. Chiefs minus 115, Broncos plus 275. Then we go to the end. Then we go to the AFC North. These odds. You got the Ravens to win that one, minus 165. The Bengals behind that with plus 260. And then the illustrious AFC South, Texans minus 10, well, excuse me, plus 105, while the Jaguars are behind us at plus 275. Yeah, Texas at even odds at 105, plus or minus 105. But yeah, man. Izzo, this is putting you on the spot, but I thought about this. If there's one player in the league going into this NFL season that no matter his prop, no matter the circumstances, you have to live and die with betting his over, who would that one player be? Take your time, if because I know I just put you on the spot with that question, but I want to at least give the people a little something for the surgical picks to look forward to start off the season.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs, man. If you know, you know. Real home run hitter, real home run threat. I think he had 20 plus touchdowns and broke the Lions franchise record. So you're talking about a real threat. The guy to, hit his fantasy score every time. He's gonna have the yards, he's gonna have the production out of the backfield catching the ball, so he's gonna have the receptions, ability to take a screen to the house, ability to take a dive, outside zone, inside zone, you name it, trap, counter. All of it can be a crib call, just depending on, I guess just depending on how it shape out within a few seconds of that play unfolding. So Jahmyr Gibbs, man, dynamic athlete, anytime touchdown waiting to happen.
Beautiful people, you heard it here first. Take Jahmyr Gibbs on the over when in doubt. When you're just looking for an extra leg to add to your parlay, go take Jahmyr Gibbs over. There will be more upon more upon more shine hard surgical picks coming into this NFL season. So stay tuned, stay locked in with us. Thank y'all for listening to this podcast. We would like to take this time right here and right now to open up the doors of the pod. If you're somebody out there looking for a pod home, you've been searching all over, you don't like this podcast, you don't like that podcast, we open up our doors of this pod to you for you to simply hit the subscribe button. And if the subscribe button is too much for you right now, you want to come back and then, see how you like it, we understand. Well, you could just hit the like button. But let's just say on the back end, you've came to this pod and you're like, wow, for real, the doors of the pod are open. I really like this pod. And you hit the subscribe button and you hit the like button and you don't feel like that's enough, go ahead and hit the share button too. Go ahead and hit the share button too, man. That subscribe button will make you a lifetime member of this podcast. And just know, go tell a friend that our pod doors are open to them as well. Love you, beautiful people. Don't take y'all listening to this podcast for granted. Make sure y'all go follow our brother Black Peace, who wasn't able to be in the building with us tonight. Follow us on all of our socials. Stay in tune with us. We have a great NFL season ahead of us, as well as college football. Yeah, man. This is the Respect the Game. This is the Respect the Game podcast. Thank you, beautiful people out there, for listening.